I was in a dorm room with some friends getting ready to go to community table when we noticed a bunch of police officers and a helicopter overhead, and we kind of just stayed in the dorm and waited for information.
I was actually at the flagpoles. I had an event for one of the organizations I'm a part of. We were meeting there, and I noticed that there was no one there at all. And then I saw some other girls and I was very confused. And then I checked my text messages and I found out about the possibility of an active shooter. First of all, I was a little shocked, and then one of the girls was an animation major, so she said we should go up to the animation lab in SFTV. So we went up there and we kind of just went inside one of the labs and hid there for about 45 minutes or so.
I was actually in the sandwich shop next to the Pizza Hut when it happened, so you can imagine my surprise when I walked out into the courtyard between the two Del Reys, and there were 3 cop cars and a helicopter overhead. So I thought at first like someone maybe did something they weren't supposed to because it's the weekend and, you know, freshmen do stupid things sometimes. But then a random RA from Wayland came over and motioned for me to come into the building urgently, so I knew something was up.
When I found out, I was in my room. I live in Delray South, and my RA, one of them, sent in our floor group message. No, nothing specific. All she said was, there's an emergency, and then people were like, what does that mean? And then she followed that up with saying, if you're not in the freshman area, don't come back. And then that's all the information we had for about 20 minutes, I'd say.
I found out, I was in my room, I live in Delray South too, alone because my roommate was home for the weekend, and I had all these flashing lights that I saw outside, and that was the helicopter that was flying over. So then my other friend FaceTimed me and said, lock your door, turn off your lights. And so I did that and just sat on the ground with no communication from my RA or the university until I was following the Twitter page, the LAPD Twitter page for the all clear. So.
I feel like they should have sent out a school-wide notification as soon as they knew what was going on, even if it's unconfirmed. I think their sort of reasoning behind it was that it wasn't confirmed. But even a real school shooter isn't confirmed until it is, and then at that point it's kind of too late. So I think just erring on the side of send out the notification. Yeah, it's going to cause some panic, but some panic is kind of required if it's an actual situation.
I would definitely prefer to have known about it earlier, and I think the way in which their automated response system cut things off and kind of increased the confusion instead of decreased it was really probably not helpful, and I hope they get that straightened out pretty soon.
I was pretty upset about it, very annoyed. I'm not from the US, so I'm also very not used to this whole active shooter type of situation. So even though I saw the helicopter and I heard the police cars, I didn't connect the dots. So I felt very, very unsafe. And not well taken care of, and I would definitely appreciate for people to be better about this next time, for sure.
The RAs knew what was going on, so I still felt somewhat safe that someone was there, but P-Safe is the baseline for that, so they should know what's going on at all times. Granted, I'm glad it was just a hoax and it wasn't real, but a lot of people I know were really scarred from that, so it just really sucks that our #1 source of safety wasn't really on top of things.
I mean, I think it's horrible that they didn't even alert RDs or RAs. Our RA didn't have any idea what was going on, and she didn't have communication with our RD or public safety at all. So people not having communication, that's not okay. Not knowing what's happening on our own campus.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it happened with not an actual threat, but if it were an actual threat, it would be terrible. So something needs to happen.